The link on TikTok, I put the link in the comments. I hope you guys can see it. I pinned the comment to the top. You can go on that video, and in that video you will see in the details part where the book is. So you can click on the link and you can download the book to follow along. We are reading the 4 agreements. We are on chapter 2. We read chapter 1 on Monday. The book club for the month of August is Monday and Wednesday at 6:45. We just started for the month of August. We might actually change the times and the dates for next month, but those were the dates that are working right now, right? We are on chapter 1. We were on chapter 1. Chapter 1 was just like, we did the introduction and the overview of the book. And now we're about to start getting into the agreements. So when we get into the agreement, we're now on the first agreement. There's 4 different agreements, and we're on the first one. So YouTube is back up and running. What is this on me? Oh, it's my food from earlier. I was cooking before I came on here. I was trying to hurry up and cook. But you can click that link to get the book, to download the book. Let me know if you guys are going to be reading along. I'm waiting for YouTube to get back up and running. There was literally 20 people in here, and then the thing glitched on YouTube. So now it has to notify everybody all over again, letting them know to come on in. But let me show you. When you go on the link, when you go, and I'm looking, here's TikTok, here's YouTube, so that is why I'm looking back and forth. When you click the first link, wait. Okay, when you click the first link, this is what should show up, right? And it will say download PDF. You click download PDF. When you click download PDF, it will take you to, let me go back. It'll take you to here. And then you scroll and go to page 33. And page 33 is the start of the first agreement. I hope that YouTube is pushing it back out. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, I see some, I'm not seeing any comments, but I'm seeing likes. Okay. Guys, let me know if you're going to be reading along or if you're just going to be listening, okay? But I'm going to page 33 now, the first agreement. I'm going to wait like a couple minutes for you guys to come back in here because I know that YouTube kind of kicked us off. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it did it, but it's even being weird with showing me how many people are actually in the room, which is okay. But if you guys comment, then I have an idea, and then I know I can start, right? Like I was saying before, okay, Ricardo's in here. Okay, perfect. I hope Mukayo's getting the notification as well too. I hope everybody's getting the notification that wanted to be a part of the book club. But we are going to do the first agreement today, which I am pretty excited about. I would love for you guys to give feedback on what you feel about the book, what you learned from it, so on and so forth, okay? I don't know if it's because I kept getting calls why my phone is acting weird. I put it on D&D so that this live should not be interrupted. It's so crazy. It wasn't ringing all day. And then, of course, when I'm on live, that's when I'm getting the interruptions and it's messing up the videos. I'm on live as well, guys. So I'm on live on TikTok as well. So if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at the TikTok audience and I'm looking at you guys as well too. Okay? So I'm going to wait a couple. It's 7:07. I feel like this is a good time. I feel like 7:07 is a good time, right? So what we talked about what we talked about Monday was the domestication and the dream of the planet, right? And mostly what we got from the domestication and the dream of the planet is that kids are very influenced by their parents, their environment, so on and so forth. When you are a child, you do have your own dreams, and then usually you know, your parents, your environment, your community will say to you, oh, those dreams are real, or oh, those dreams are fake, or oh, that's not possible, that's possible, that's impossible. So the domestication is us getting trained, right, to feel to feel how our peers feel, and in order to feel accepted. So you're taught as a kid that if your ideals or if your dreams don't align with your like community and your society, then you need to change those dreams, right? You need to change those dreams into what your community feels, right? So that's practically what we got from the first. That's practically what we got from the first chapter, right? And now and also what it spoke about was how God is the creator. All of everything that is around us is God's manifestations, right? And guys, I will read I'm looking at the comments, but I'm going to really like read and comment back after we actually go through the reading. I am waiting for a couple people, because there was somebody that actually requested this book. So if they're not able to join, that's okay too, because I will leave this live up, and I'll leave it up for like 24 to 48 hours for you guys to view. But there was somebody that requested this book, and I hope you guys were able to go on and actually download the book. So we're on page 33, right? We're getting started now. It's 7:10. We're getting started. The first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. So the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. The first agreement is the most important one, and also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. Oh, yes, heaven on earth. Oh, yes. We were also saying that that humans are the only people that constantly punish ourselves when we make a mistake or when we mess up. Like animals, they will mess up, they will feel bad about themselves, they'll feel shame, and then they move on. But humans will make a mistake, they will mess up, they will feel bad, and they'll keep replaying it and keep replaying and keep beating themselves up. And that is creating hell on earth, right? Now we're talking about creating heaven on earth, right? I had to mention that part as well too, because that does play into the second chapter, right? So I'll reread it again. The first agreement is the most important one and also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through your word, you express your creative power. It is through the word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, what intent manifests through the word, what you dream, what you feel, really what you are, will all be manifested through the word. The word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak what other animal on this planet can speak. The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is a tool of magic. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth. So now we're talking about creating heaven on earth for yourself, right? Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free, or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and the misuse of your word is black magic. The word is so powerful that one word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. Some years ago, one man in Germany, by the use of the word, manipulated a whole country of the most intelligent people. We know who they talking about right now. He led them into a world war with just the power of his word. He convinced others to commit the most atrocious acts of violence. He activated people's fear with the word. And like a big explosion, there was killing and war all over the world. All over the world, humans destroyed other humans because they were afraid of each other. So-and-so's word, based on fear-generated beliefs and agreements, will be remembered for centuries. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed, a thought, and it grows. The word is like a seed, and the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, how you say it, but only for those kinds of seeds it is prepared for. What is important is to see which kind of seeds our mind is fertile for, and to prepare it to receive the seeds of love. Yeah, peace to fear, Ola. I like that. Take the example of so-and-so. He sent out all those seeds of fear, and they grew very strong and beautifully achieved massive destruction. Seeing the awesome power of the word, we must understand what power comes out of our mouths. Thank you. One fear or doubt planted in our mind can create an endless drama of events. One word is like a spell, and humans use the word like black magicians, thoughtlessly putting spells on each other. Every human is a magician, and we can either put a spell on someone with our word, or we can release someone from a spell. We cast spells all the time with our opinions. An example, I see a friend and I give him an opinion that just popped into my mind. I say, I see that kind of color on your face in people who are going to get cancer. If he listens to the word and he agrees, he will have cancer with less than a year. That is the power of the word. During our domestication, our parents and siblings gave their opinions about us without even thinking. We believed those opinions and we lived in fear over these opinions. Like not being good at swimming or sports or writing, someone gives an opinion and says, look, this girl is ugly. The girl listens, believes she's ugly, and grows up with the idea that she's ugly. It doesn't matter how beautiful she is. As long as she has that agreement, she will believe that she is ugly. That is the spell she is under. By hooking our attention, the word can enter our mind and change a whole belief for better or for worse. Another example, you may believe you are stupid, and you may have believed this for as long as you can remember. This agreement can be very tricky, causing you to do a lot of things just to ensure that you are stupid. You may do something and think to yourself, I wish I were smart, but I must be stupid or I wouldn't have done that. The mind goes in hundreds of different directions, and we could spend days getting hooked by just that one belief in our own stupidity. Then, one day hooks your attention using the word, lets you know that you are not stupid. You believe what the person says and make a new agreement. As a result, you no longer feel stupid or act stupid. A whole spell is broken just by the power of the word. Conversely, if you believe you are stupid and someone hooks your attention and says, yes, you are really the most stupidest person I've ever met, the agreement will be reinforced and become even stronger. Now, let us see what the word impeccability means. Impeccability means without sin. Impeccable comes from the Latin peccatus, which means sin. Religious talks about sin and sinners, but let's understand what it really means to sin. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. Okay, y'all heard that? I'm going to repeat that part. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. So don't sin on yourself here. You go against yourself when you judge or blame yourself for anything. Being without sin is exactly the opposite. Being impeccable is not going against yourself. When you are impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself. From this point of view, the whole concept of sin changes from something moral or religious to something common sense. Sin begins with rejection of yourself. Self-rejection is the biggest sin that you can commit. In religious terms, self-rejection is a mortal sin, which leads to death. Impeccability, on the other hand, leads to life. Being impeccable with your word is not just using the word against yourself. If I see you in the street and I call you stupid, it appears that I'm using the word against you. But really, I'm using my word against myself, because you're going to hate me for this. And your hating me is not good for me. Therefore, if I get angry and with my words send all that emotional poison to you, I'm using the word against myself. If I love myself, I will express that love in my interactions with you. And then I am being impeccable with the word, because that action will produce a like reaction. If I love you, then you will love me. If I insult you, you will insult me. If I have gratitude for you, you will have gratitude for me. If I'm selfish with you, you will be selfish with me. If I use the word to put a spell on you, you are going to put a spell on me. Being impeccable with your word is the correct use of your energy. It means to use your energy in the direction of truth and love for yourself. If you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just with that intention, the truth will manifest through you and clean all the emotional poison that exists within you. But making this agreement is difficult because we have learned to do precisely the opposite. We have learned to lie as a habit of our communication with others, and more importantly, with ourselves. We are not impeccable with the word. The power of the word is completely misused in hell. We use the word to curse, to blame, to find guilt, to destroy. Of course, we also use it in the right way, but not too often. Mostly we use the word to spread our personal poison, to express anger, jealousy, envy, and hate. The word is pure magic, the most powerful gift we have as humans, and we use it against ourselves. We plan revenge. We create chaos with the word. We use the word to create hate between different races, between different people, between families, between nations. We misuse the word so often, and this misuse is how we create and perpetuate the dream of hell. Misuse of the word is how we pull each other down and keep each other in a state of fear and doubt. Because the word is magic, that humans possess and misuse of the word is black magic. We are using black magic all the time without knowing that our word is magic at all. There was a woman, for example, who was intelligent and had a very good heart. She had a daughter whom she adored and loved very much. One night, she came home from a very bad day at work, tired, full of emotional tension, and with a terrible headache. She wanted peace and quiet, but her daughter was singing and jumping happily. The daughter was unaware of how her mother was feeling. She was in her own world, in her own dream. She felt so wonderful, and she was jumping and singing louder and louder, expressing her joy and her love. She was singing so loud that it made her mother's headache even worse. And at a certain moment, her mother lost control. Angrily, she looked at her beautiful little girl and said, "Shut up! You have an ugly voice. Can you just shut up?" The truth is, the mother's tolerance for any noise was non-existent. It was not that the little girl's voice was ugly, but the daughter believed what her mother said, and in that moment, she made an agreement with herself. After that, she no longer sang because she believed her voice was ugly and would bother anyone who heard it. She became shy at school, and if she was asked to sing, she refused. Even speaking to others became difficult for her. Everything changed in the little girl because of this new agreement. Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry, guys, I lost my place. Okay. She believes she must repress her emotions in order to be accepted and loved. Whenever we hear an opinion and we believe it, we make an agreement, and it becomes a part of our belief system. The little girl grew up, and even though she had a beautiful voice, she never sang again. She developed a whole complex from one spell. This spell was cast upon her by the one who loved her the most, her own mother. Her mother didn't notice what she did with her word. She didn't notice that she used black magic and put a spell on her daughter. She didn't know the power of her word, and therefore she isn't to blame. She did what her own mother, father, and others had done to her in many ways. They misused their word. Hey, Robo! How many times do we do this with our own children? We give them these type of opinions, and our children carry that black magic for years and years. People who love us do black magic on us, but they don't know what they do. That is why we must forgive them. They know not what they do. Another example, you awake in the morning feeling very happy. You feel so wonderful. You stay 1 or 2 hours in front of the mirror, making yourself looking beautiful. Well, one of your best friends says, "What has happened to you? You look so ugly. Look at that dress you're wearing. You look ridiculous." That's it. That is enough to put you all the way down in hell. Maybe this girlfriend just told you this to hurt you, and she did. She gave you an opinion with all the power of her word behind it. If you accept the opinion, it becomes an agreement now, and you put all your power into that opinion. That opinion becomes black magic. These types of spells are difficult to break. The only thing that can break a spell is to make a new agreement based on truth. The truth is the most important part of being impeccable with your word. On one side of the sword are the lies which create black magic, and on the other side of the sword is the truth, which has the power to break the spell of black magic. Only the truth will set us free. I know you've heard that quote before, the truth shall set you free, right? Looking at everyday human interactions, imagine how many times we cast spells on each other with our word. Over time, this interaction has become the worst form of black magic, and we call it gossip. Gossip is black magic at its very worst because it is pure poison. We learn how to gossip by agreement. When we were children, we heard the adults around us gossiping all the time, openly giving their opinions about other people. They even had opinions about people they did not know. Emotional poison was transferred along with the opinions, and we learned this as the normal way to communicate. Gossiping has become the main form of communication in human society. It has become the way we feel close to each other because it makes us feel better to see someone else feel as badly as we do. Let me see how far we... Okay, got a couple more. Okay. There is an old expression that says misery likes company. And people who are suffering in hell don't want to be alone. Fear and suffering are an important part of the dream of the planet. They are how the dream of the planet keeps us down. Using the analogy of the human mind as a computer, gossip can be compared to computer virus. A computer virus is a piece of computer language written in the same language. All the other codes are written in, but with a harmful intent. This code is inserted into the programs of your computer when you least expect it, and most of the time without your awareness. After this code has been introduced, your computer doesn't work quite right, or it doesn't function at all, because the codes get so mixed up with so many conflicting messages that it stops producing good results. So protect your mind from gossip. That's practically what this is saying. Human gossip works exactly the same way. For example, you are beginning a new class with a new teacher you have looked forward to for a long time. On the first day of class, you run into someone who took the class before who tells you, "Oh, that instructor was such a pompous jerk. He didn't know what he was talking about, and he was a pervert too, so watch out." You are immediately imprinted with the word and the emotional code the person had when they say this. But what you're not aware of is his or her motivation in telling you. This person could be angry for failing the class or simply making an assumption based off of fears and prejudices. But because you have learned to ingest information like a child, some parts of you believes the gossip and you go on to that class. As the teacher speaks, you feel the poison come up inside you, and you don't realize you see the teacher through the eyes of the person who gave you that gossip. Then you start talking to other people in the class about this. They start to see the teacher in the same way, as a jerk and a pervert. You really hate the class, and you soon decide to drop out. You blame the teacher, but it is a gossip to blame. All of this mess can be caused by one little computer virus. One little piece of misinformation can break down communication between people, causing every person it touches to become infected and contagious to others. Imagine that every single time others gossip to you, they insert a computer virus into your mind, causing you to think a little less clearly every time. Then imagine that in an effort to clean up your own confusion and get some relief from the poison, you gossip and spread these viruses to someone else. Now imagine this pattern going on in a never-ending chain between all the humans on Earth. The result is a world full of humans who can only read information through critics that are clogged with poisonous, contagious virus. Once again, this poisonous virus is what the Talks called the mitote, the chaos of 1,000 different voices all trying to talk at once in the mind. Even worse are the black magicians or computer hackers who intentionally spread the virus. Think back to a time when you or someone you know was angry with someone else and desired revenge. In order to seek revenge, you said something to or about that person with the intention of spreading poison and making that person feel bad about him or herself. As children, we do this quite thoughtlessly. But as we grow older, we become much more calculated in our efforts to bring other people down. Then we lie to ourselves and say that person received a just punishment for their wrongdoing. When we see the word through a computer virus, it is easy to justify the cruelest behaviors. What we don't see is that misuse of our word is putting us deeper into hell. Okay, we're on page 40, guys, okay? For years, we have received the gossip and spells from the words of others, but also from the way we use our word with ourselves. We talk to ourselves constantly, and most of the time we say things like, oh, I look fat, I look ugly, I'm getting old, I'm losing my hair, I'm stupid, I never understand anything, I will never be good enough, I'm never going to be perfect. Do you see how we use the word against ourselves? We must begin to understand that the word is and what the word does. If you understand the first agreement, be impeccable with your word. You begin to see all the changes that can happen in your life. Changes first in the way you deal with yourself, and later in the way you deal with other people, especially those you love the most. Excuse me. Consider how many times you have gossiped about the person you love the most to gain the support of others for your point of view. I don't do that. How many times have you hooked your other people's attention and spread poison about your loved one in order to make your opinion right? Your opinion is nothing but your point of view. It is not necessarily true. Your opinion comes from your beliefs, your ego, your own ego, and your own dream. We create all this poison and spread it to others just so we can feel right about our own point of view. If we adopt the first agreement and become impeccable with our word, any emotional poison will eventually be cleaned from our mind and from our communication in our personal relationships, including with our pet dog or cat. Impeccability of your word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile ground for that idea. When you become impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from black magic. Instead, it is fertile for the words that come from love. You can measure the impeccability of your word by your level of self-love. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. When you are impeccable with your word, you feel good. You feel happy and at peace. You can transcend the dream of hell just by making the agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now, I am planting that seed in your mind. Whether or not that seed grows depends on how fertile your mind is for the seeds of love. It is up to you to make this agreement with yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture this seed, and as it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. This first agreement will change the kind of seed your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement that you should make if you want to be free. If you want to be happy, if you want to transcend the level of existence that is hell. It is very powerful. Use the word in the correct way. Use the word to share your love. Use white magic, beginning with yourself. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Use the word to break all those teeny tiny agreements that make you suffer. It is impossible. It is possible. It is possible because I did it. And I'm no better than you. No, we are not exactly the same. We have the same kind of brain, the same kind of bodies. We are humans. If we are able to break those agreements and create new agreements, then you can do the same. We have the same kind of brain, the same kind of bodies. We are humans. If we were able to break those agreements and create new agreements, then you can do the same. If I can be impeccable with my word, why not you? Just this one agreement can change your whole life. Impeccability of the word can lead you to personal freedom, to huge success and abundance. It can take away all fear and transform it into joy and love. Just imagine what you can create with impeccability of the word. With impeccability of the word, you can transcend the dream of fear and live a different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of thousands of people living in hell because you are immune to hell. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. That was chapter 2, the first agreement. I hope you guys were able to follow along with the link that I gave you guys. If not, just make sure you take a look at the video. I made sure that I put it in the description box. I also posted it on TikTok as well too. I posted the link. I'm gonna do it. Oh, I can't do it. Wait, hold on. Let me try to copy it and do it again so that you guys have the, where is it? Okay, here it is. I just pinned it. I just pinned the comment with the video that has the, the book on there. And guys, we're going to be doing the book reading Mondays and Wednesdays, 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. We did our first book reading on Monday. We did it kind of late, but everybody's schedule is changing. You know, people are going back to school. And then on top of that, is not just people from the East Coast that are in here. We have East Coast, we have West Coast. I just saw somebody from India say good morning. We have people in Italy. We have people all over. So I try to pick a time that works for everybody. Let me know if this time works for you guys. This live will be live on my YouTube page. So you guys can make a comment. Let me know if 6:45 works. Or if you want to do it a little earlier, and that might be a problem for this month, but I can see what we can do for next month. We can probably change the time, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to read the comments now. And please give me your feedback on how you feel about the first agreement, about being impeccable with your word. Are you impeccable with your word? Are you going to take this in and say, okay, now I'm going to start being impeccable with my word because I realize I've been creating hell on earth for myself and I want to be recreating heaven on earth for myself. So give me your thoughts. Excuse me. I'm looking at the comments now, guys. You guys were going crazy in YouTube with the comments. I could not read the comments and read at the same time. It was hard. Oh, Raid, happy birthday. Oh my goodness. Raid, where are you from? Your name is different. Oh, Lucy said happy birthday. That's so nice, Lucy. Okay, somebody said, nobody can teach me who I am. You can describe parts of me, but who I am and what I am is something I have to find out myself. I agree, Upper Crust. I agree. Robo, you still in here? Bub, I didn't see your last comment. Make it comment again. When a man is at peace with his gods and ancestors, his harvest will be good or bad according to the strength of his arm. Okay, Uppercrust is dropping some gems in here. It's only YouTube talking. You guys don't have any feedback on TikTok? Hi, Dill. Good morning. Well, you're in India, so what time is it over there? Good morning, Tech Avery. Oh no, sorry, Tech Arvatic. As long as everyone agrees. If you live in light and obedience, any black magic or witchcraft sent to you will be return to sender. Yes. The next book, I don't know if my brother has the book, The Alchemist, but if I have it, or if I can find it digitally, we'll read The Alchemist, right? Because even though they're talking about because words are like spells, words can be spells, and yes, they can trap you. But like Shattered Delirium said, you can alchemize it, right? So you don't even have to send it back. You want to talk shit about me? You want to talk bad about me? Or you want to try to put your opinions on me or negative views on me? I'm going to just alchemize it. You get what I'm saying? So whatever you speak on me, I'm going to still use it for my good. I'm going to still use it for abundance because I understand the magic and the power that words have. That's why affirmations are so important. That is why it's important to affirm yourself. That is why it is important to read whatever scripture or words of wisdom that you follow, right? Like I said before, guys, I don't go against any religions. We have people from all over the world that come on the live. So whatever speaks to your heart, whatever is your form of spirituality, but you still need to do something. Right? Don't do nothing. You still need to do something. You still need to have your own relationship with the Creator. You still need to have your own relationship with God. And when you are starting your day, you need to be affirming yourself, right? Because there's so many bad people out here in the world. There's so many, like, come on, look at the state of the economy right now. Look at the state of politics right now, right? We know there's bad people out here, right? So you have to make sure that you're putting on your armor, you're putting on your crown, that you have to make sure that you're loving on yourself, which is something that we've talked about before, even when we have like our relationship talks, right? You cannot expect somebody to love on you, to pour into you, to do all those things, and you're not doing it yourself. Like, you just cannot expect that from somebody. And that's unrealistic to expect as well, too. Like, and why would somebody want to do that? Why would somebody want to pour into you and you don't pour into you? You get what I'm saying? That just means that they're going to be depleted, because that means that it won't be an equal give and take, right? So I really like you guys' feedback with the book club. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that TikTok, you guys were able to actually get the download for the video. I also stated that if you have a library card, that the library has their own app, and they actually have this book for free. Okay? They actually have this book for free that you can download. This is not sponsored, guys. I just have my own library card. I've had my own library card since I was little. Okay? My dad used to take us to the library on the weekends, and we used to have a good old time. Okay? Oh, TikTok is like, oh, this girl is on here? What the hell? Let's try to end the live. Make sure you meditate, and the people that speak negatively on others don't know how. Exactly, Luscious. They don't know how to love themselves. Yes. I love that. I love that. Make sure you meditate on your word. Make sure you meditate on your positive words. Make sure you meditate on your affirmations, right? So that when you go out into the world, and then, I rebuke people in real time. So if somebody says something to me that I know is a spell, is a black magic, or is a bad spell, or something negative, I rebuke them in real time. I'll say, I rebuke that. You don't have to say that. You can say whatever resonates with you. But make sure that you either alchemize that, or you just get rid of it. You don't let it stick to you, right? Because it's practically like, think of like garbage trying to somebody. You're not a trash bin. You're not a trash can. You're not a trash bin. So don't let people come and take up their trash and throw their trash on you and make it stick to you. No, you let that shit roll off of you, and then you let them know, like, hey, I'm not on that. Yeah, 360. You don't know, like, hey, I'm not with that. That's not my type of party. I'm gonna pray for you, or whatever you want to do. You can cuss them too, but whatever you want to do, make sure that you do not retain it, okay? Because that is how people, like when people try to bully people and all that other stuff, don't let it stick to you, okay? Let's just say love my. I was trying to be. I hope that you guys could I feel like I was speaking very clear on when I was reading along. But if it is hard to understand when I'm reading, guys, let me know. I will definitely work on it. Okay. I hope you guys appreciated the book club. Remember, it's gonna be Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:45. Okay. Yeah, don't let them recycle on you. Don't let them trash. Don't let them make you into a trash bin, because you're not. Okay, you're God's child. Okay, you're amazing. Remember that. Okay, guys. I'm gonna end the live now. I will probably come on live on YouTube later. TikTok be acting a little funny with me, so I might not be on TikTok later on because I didn't like what they did to me earlier. A little salt. So I might come on TikTok later on this week, but it wouldn't be for the book club. And the next time that we're going to be doing another reading for the book club will be on Monday. I'm going to upload a video either tomorrow or Friday, just with a summary of chapter 1 for the people that missed it. For the little bullet points, I'm actually going to take you guys bullet points that you gave me as well too from your understandings of the book, and I'm going to incorporate that in the video. And that video will have the book link to download as well too. So if you want to read ahead and then come back on Monday, that's great as well too. If you want to go back to the first one and then the first chapter and read it, that's great. Whatever you want to do. But I will put the link for the library app in this upcoming video, since I forgot for the first video. Okay, guys? Have a great night. I might come back on YouTube later. I did have to put my phone on D&D because there was like calls coming in and disrupting the live. So I know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but I'm glad that we were all good and all set to go. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And for the people that are just waking up and already in Thursday, happy Thursday. All right, guys, God bless.